we'll start with you. You just take introduction of first 3 minutes, and that will be what response. You've heard some of the things he said. What will be your response? Let's get that first before the commercial, and then we'll continue with you after we return.
I don't even know how to start this because
you're an aide to the CTC chairman now.
Yes, it pains me when I hear all this kind of statement from my colleague here, a brother also. They know these things. Even a layman knows. It is quite disheartening that a former local government chairman who happens to be a lawyer, Pastor George Arolu, knows this thing. You were elected into an office. You are very much aware that that office is going to run for 3 years. And when your time comes to leave, as a lawyer, even if other persons are doing that, maybe other of your colleagues are doing that, you are in the right place to tell them, no, these things or this thing we're doing is wrong.
Okay, but from what he has said, is the CTC, the office of the CTC, is he empowered by law?
I can tell you that about 21 states in this country are running CTC.
So in other words, if it is not empowered by law, but we can do it.
Of course it is. That is the practice. The former governor of Rivers State, E.M. Wike, did for 9 months. Every other governor in other states did. And if you remember the last time I came here, I told you about not speaking for RISIEC, that when the time comes, they are going to conduct election. Of course, then now we have a CTC chairman in all the 23 local governments. And of course, as of yesterday, you saw the RISIEC coming up with election timetable and all that. So what more do we need?
Where are the CTC chairmen now operating from?
Of course, we will have our offices. You heard when the governor inaugurated them, he said use an alternative office. We have our office. My boss has his office.
So if I want to do any registration, perhaps marriage registry, anything, which office do I go to do that?
You come to the office of the CTC chairman.
In Obio Akpor?
Of course, not inside.
Let's say for Obio. So where is the office?
Our office somewhere located around Elibolo, that new road, Elibolo Link Road.
So the workers of the council, that's where they...
Yeah, of course, some workers, some of the executive, what do you call them? HIGLs and what have you. Of course, they always meet, except for some of the civil servants who've not seen for a while now. But of course, that will be made officially very soon for every one of them to, of course, know that this is where they are.
Aren't you concerned that this would affect the revenue of the council and the running of the council?
Of course, it's going to. That is the, will I say, the calculated attempt, what is on ground. The paymaster has actually said that it's going to make the state ungovernable for the governor when you will not concentrate. So these are the foot soldiers using to ensure that these things are coming to reality. Of course, I can tell you, he knows how much money the council is losing right now. And it's not good for the state.
All right, we'll come to that. But I think one thing you've said is that the CTC chairman might not be something that you say backed by law, but it's practiced across the country, and Rivers State should not be an exception. So my question was, should we do something that's wrong because everybody is doing it? We'll get your response and more after the commercial. me, Andrew, and two gentlemen with me in the studio, and Mr. Chinedu Ikwunga and Mr. Kelvin Nwanwa. If you had followed the conversation from the start, then you must have been, itching to say a lot of things and react to some of the comments that you've heard thus far. We'll be giving you the opportunity to do that in a matter of moments. On Facebook, remember we are streaming live at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Remember to go there, listen, and click on the share button. Don't forget to also drop your comments. The WhatsApp number is 0809 030 6416. RISIEC has now announced a date for local government elections. Well, some people have concerns. Should there be any need for that? Should we have these concerns? Well, I would like to hear what your thoughts are. So quickly, get on Facebook, drop your comments, send us WhatsApp messages, and I'll come back to Mr. Kelvin. We get your position before we go to the second part of the conversation. Before the break, I was asking you to clarify for us whether the CTC is a establishment of law, and you made a point to say, well, it's practiced across the country, and so Rivers State should not be different. I take that to mean that you're saying it is not a creation of law, with the Nigerian Constitution, but it is something that we do, and Rivers State should not be exempted. Now, I'd asked you about where the council chairmen are operating. You are an aide to the CTC chairman in Obio Akpor, and you have talked about the office and how that is affecting the finance. Now, something I would also want you to clarify is the former chairmen still say they are chairmen. Former because, if we look at the Nigerian Constitution, if what we go by that, we would say, well, they serve their term. The argument now is whether the term should be elongated so there is no vacuum. On your part, the argument is they have served their term, so we have a CTC. Some actions have been taken by the CTC chairman in Obio Akpor. One of them will be dissolving all committees and any of those instituted by the George Ariolu administration. How is that working so far?
Authoritatively, like I told us earlier on, they are former local government chairmen. We have a CTC chairman now, of course, who goes about doing his duty, carrying out his functions and duties. If Ariolu and other LGA former local government chairmen say they are not former chairman, then let them operate, or let them go ahead and go carry out any function anywhere, or go and request for is it a revenue or anything, just name it, anything as to prove that you are functioning as a chairman anywhere. Then let us see there's going to be a parallel government in the LGAs. The answer is there is no way. You and I know we have never had this, that there is anything called tenure elongation. I've not heard that.
Mr. Chinedu, have all the committees been dissolved?
Not correct. No committee was dissolved. You see, it was on your studio here announced that my chairman, George Ariolu, debunked that announcement that the committee he set up has been dissolved. None of the committee has been
So all the committees he set up are still functioning?
They are very well functioning.
So the question is, are they collecting funds, taxes, and where are they remitting those taxes to?
Like I told you, I refuse to disclose the office of the chairman because of security reason, because of what happened on that particular day when hoodlums invaded the council. But as far as I want you to take it from me, the committees are still working. All of them are still working.
So are there any projects that Mr. Ariolu is still undertaking even now in Obio Akpor?
There is one project that he was supposed to have commissioned, one of his signature projects that was almost done before the governor illegally seized the funds. So as a result, that halted the completion and commissioning. Is about 90% completed.
Which project is that?
Is market at Oginiwa. You know, the slaughter market was some time ago demolished, and then that place is empty. So he decided to rebuild another market for Oginiwa people because that was part of their market. So a very humongous project, almost completion. So if not for the seizure of the fund within the period our tenure was running 3 months back, George would have, at the tail end of his official expiration of his tenure on 17th of June, he would have commissioned that project. That is the only project we have at hand that he will commission soon.
You are aid special duties to the CTC chairman. Are you aware of this project? Or you've heard him say the committees are still functioning and collecting taxes?
As far as I'm concerned, I know that they are not functioning by law. They are not functioning.
But you are functioning by law.
And I made it clear here that we cannot, of course, we cannot have 2 governors in the state. We cannot have 2 local government chairmen in the state. We have a CTC chairman who's going about doing his job. You understand me? And I stand to be correct. Let him tell us.
What are the things that the CTC chairman is doing now?
CTC chairman, he has dissolved all standing this thing. Also appoints people who are going about doing their work. They like I just checked now. I just saw it. He has appointed about 2 persons who is going to be taking care of those who want to build in the local government via these building approvals and all that. I think there's ADP, something like that. I just went
which offices are they going to get those approvals if the secretariat is shut down?
Of course, that's what I'm saying. Like I said, opposite the secretariat, opposite the Obio Akpor secretariat, around ADP. That's where I just saw the 2 names right now as I step out. People who has appointed in case anybody wants to do any job in the local government.
Yes.
So that's where, just opposite the secretariat. You walk in there, do what you have to do.
You have workers, civil servants. What about the health sector, vaccine, immunization and the vaccines and all?
Yeah,
how are we?
All that will be put in place.
So at the moment, those are not functioning.
That's what I'm trying to let you know. Right now, he has appointed some person who are going to take charge of these things. And, when you do not expect a certain unforeseen circumstance, because we never believe that by this time the local government should be sealed by this time. Someone was appointed as CTC chairman, and we are supposed to go back to the council and start doing our functions. And because of the other people on the other side of the device who know what they are doing is very, very illegal, they try to cause problem in the state because they want a state of emergency, and that didn't work for them. So the police had to come there.
Mr. Chinedu,
police are there for us. So why are they protesting? I was thinking they are still supposed to be protesting up to this time.
All right, let's hear
I thought they said they are not going to leave.
Let's hear Mr. Chinedu. Are these things functioning under your chairman?
Before
now,
yes, it's functioning.
Vaccination is ongoing.
It's functioning now. Listen, before that,
to your mic, please.
Sorry, before the illegal invasion on a public holiday. Remember, the council was invaded on a public holiday, and then the following day was supposed to be a working day where the assembly will meet, and then all of this would have sorted out. Was the day the footballer-led administration sent his boys to unleash the local government. Now, let me tell you something.
Please put that.
Was there any statement where the governor? Hold on. Allow me address.
You don't just say footballer.
I say governor.
You said governor. Let me address that, gentlemen.
Yeah.
So, did you get an official statement where the governor directed people to invade the council?
I don't need an official statement when we have videos of people chanting his name.
That does not mean he sent them.
Did he debunk it? He never debunked it. Now listen, if you hear me, the governor has flagrantly disobeyed the Supreme Court. He has flagrantly disobeyed the Supreme Court. I heard my brother here mention that Nelson Wike appointed caretaker for 9 months. Let me inform him, and that is where they're not telling people the truth. There was a matter in the court. We were part of the matter during Amechi, who dissolved us, went to court. That matter lingered the Supreme Court. It was as a result of that matter when Wike came in, he used caretaker based on the old law that has been repealed now. The moment that judgment came out, Wike conducted election. The moment judgment from Supreme Court came out, he conducted election. That was why my boss, Judge Ariolo, when he came in, there was no CTC. Ask my brother here. There was no CTC because Governor Wike respected the law. But within the period he appointed caretaker, there was a matter in court. We were part of that matter. So how can a governor disobey a Supreme Court judgment and set up an illegal caretaker?
So is Mr.
For which
Arelu,
assembly?
is Mr. Arelu paying workers' salaries?
That was the matter that led the entire 21 chairmen to court against the governor. The governor, who is the governor or the executive head of the second tier, decided to also be executive head of the third tier by ordering the payment of civil servants and seizing the allocation of the entire 21 local government chairmen.
The people who are paying taxes to your office, where you say Mr. Arelu is and other council chairmen are working, who are you remitting the money you are collecting to?
Thank you very much. Arelu, as a democratically elected chairman and a lawyer, as you know, will not collect taxes in hand. We have accounts where you pay in your money. So
state revenue account.
Yes, of the local government. Yes, all the money they are going there. All the money they
is
pay
it the same? Is it, Mr. Kelvin? Is it the same account that
is laughable?
Because they are illegal.
Is laughable?
Because they are not supposed to be. See, let me tell you can't build something on nothing and it stands.
It's laughable.
Caretaker, as long as this country. See, I told you that section 7 sub 1. And I read it of Nigerian Constitution stated clearly that the system of local government by democratically elected local government council is under the Constitution guaranteed. He never mentioned caretaker, and the Supreme Court in 2 judgments has quashed that, has warned that no state should appoint caretaker.
Isn't that why we are supposed to have elections in October?
That is
according to RISIEC.
See, let me tell you, the election that is coming now is against the law. It's illegal.
How?
Thank you very much.
Isn't that one of the major demands of...
Listen, you ask a question.
Yes.
And allow me to digest it properly.
Let's get
now, RISIEC is conducting election by October. Where are they getting that law from? Are they respecting the law of the local government amendment of 2024? Or they have gone back to 2018 that was repealed? Because the law that was repealed, local government River State Law number 5, said clearly that at the expiration of the local government chairmen and councillors, that there will be election. The RISIEC has 3 months to conduct election. That was the reason why the Supreme Court gave a judgment about caretaker, and that was the reason why the House of Assembly have to repeal that law to allow for election before the expiration of the elected personnel. But what did the RISIEC did? They kept quiet, kept silent, and allowed this whole conundrum to entangle the state. And now they came up that they want to conduct an election. How? With which local government law?
All right, Mr. Kelvin, you heard him. The account, first of all, is it the same account you are using?
They are using illegal accounts.
CTC chairman.
Are they constitutionally guaranteed?
I wouldn't know the account he's talking about. You understand? Because just like he stated, you can't build nothing on. You can't get something on nothing. You understand me? The local government chairmen that were elected, their tenure is over. Now we have a CTC chairman whom the governor has given directive
backed by which
on
law?
how to go.
CTC backed by which law?
You understand? And have made provisions for their funding. As a matter of fact, I before you know it, all civil servants who are working in the LGAs will be paid by my boss. Of course, the local governments are being they will be paid. So why would they not? Why will Barrister George Arol not pay the civil servants if he is the duly elected chairman?
I said earlier.
But the CTC chairman is not duly elected as well.
I said earlier that
but of course
3 months before now,
yeah,
the governor seized the allocation, which led to the 21 chairmen going.
But the Commissioner for Information has rightly said there's nothing that any of such information is not true.
That is the lies they are telling the public. He's lying. He is lying. He's blatantly lying, and he's wrong. Now, let me tell you, if you hear me, when you have appointed a caretaker in replacement of a legally elected personnel of the local government, can they spend money out of budget? Or from which budget are they spending? Who made the budget? And what is the level of the budget that they are spending money from? How can a governor, knowing too well that the issue of caretaker has been determined by Supreme Court on 2 occasions, yet went ahead and pried on it and appointed a caretaker to come and be spending money out of out of budgetary.
Okay, let's take a few calls.
Is that correct?
The next question would be whether the government has been taken to court for this step that they are taking. But let's take a few calls and have the listener call in and ask their questions, because so we don't exhaust the time. 08179230002, 08179230003, and again 08179230002. This one says, please tell the past local government chairman and followers to let peace reign in the state. The speech of Mr. Chinedu in your studio should not be encouraged. We cannot have a parallel government in this state. The action of Mr. Ariola and his followers will breed much it will constitute an illegal tax force that will not allow business people have peace. Son Space from Alakaya sent that message. This one is from Ability. He says, top of the morning, now that RISIEC has finally released time for to conduct election, hope those calling for local government election can now rest. Well, thank God, Ability. We heard one of my guests, Mr. Chinedu, saying the election they're about to conduct has some illegal tone to it. The truth is that the CTC is alien to the Constitution, but was bettered by doctrine of necessity, as would be argued. However, the former chairmen who are now running their extended tenure are doing that which was also given rise by necessity. Yes, the resolution has not been made by the Assembly, which of course was due to all the issues that graced the Assembly. If you say A is wrong, then B is equally wrong. Emmanuel from Degemap, quickly with your question and your contribution, straight to the point.
Okay. I just want to ask the defender, because I know the CDC, CTC, the caretaker chairman, whatever is there. I want to ask a question. Does only this, what they call it, River State, only states that are holding a caretaker chairman in this country? Why is it that this country, this state now is fighting against themselves because of just a mere point of which they're supposed to hold on and re-elect the next chairman?
All right. Let's go to Mudioga. Justice, quickly, let's hear from you. Good morning.
My friend Andrew, good morning.
Go on.
My regards to your guest.
Your question.
Andrew, yes. Okay, Andrew, before my question, I want to point out something very important. Andrew, since the appointment of caretaker committee chairman in River State, the council secretariat have been cordoned off by the security agency, especially the police. And so the council chairman have not been able to access the council. And ever since them till today, local government workers have not accessed their offices. And we have paid them for June. We have paid for the days they didn't work. Andrew, and secondly, people cannot access the council secretariat to do business. If you take it indirectly, we have lost billions of naira. We are indirectly shooting ourselves. Now, my question is this. Former council chairman said they still insist they remain in office and their tenure has been elongated. And now, RISIEC has fixed a date for local government elections to be conducted. Are they supporting RISIEC?
All right, Justice.
They remain in office.
Okay, good news from Mount 3. Let's hear your question. Yeah, straight to your question, please.
Thank you. Mine is kind of contribution and not totally question, but real question I will ask. Quick one. I've heard both of them spoke. See, I think that the reason why these things are happening is because somebody wants to show off. It is a common sense that your tenure expires after 3 years. The tenure of the governor cannot be extended by the National Assembly. The tenure of the president cannot be extended by the National Assembly. How can House of Assembly? Mind you, it is alleged that they have already defected. And it is alleged that any law they have made 2024 is illegal because they are the Constitution. There are no more members of Assembly. So anything they have done is illegal. And quick one, the person that was speaker as a then officially declared as it vacant according to the Constitution of Nigeria. Now, unless local government, the governor has called for local government election. My brother man in the studio, he's saying that it is not, doesn't mean that there will be an election again in this life in River State because they didn't do the time they wanted it.
All right, good news.
Calling for local government election. RISIEC has started. Mind you, there it was the Oga that appointed the RISIEC chairman, Adolfo Senebele, and his team. And the man has called for election. Well, you say you're going to go to the election. Why saying that the election?
All right, good news.
That doesn't mean that there will be an election again in Rivers State.
Thank you. JJ from Rumigbo, quickly, your question or contribution quickly.
Yeah, Andrew,
so we
good
come to
morning.
my guest. Good morning.
Your guest that is supporting Ariolu saying that the CTC that is on board right now, that is illegal. That's a lie, Andrew. You remember the court quashed whatever law that was amended by Martin Samewule and his people. I also remember that in 2018, the law of caretaker was also brought in by the same Martin Samewule when he was leader of the house. So if that law was quashed by the court, it means the former one is still valid. Now that the situation has provided itself, what do? You fall back to the existing law, which allow for caretaker and even extend some tenure for over 1 year, 6 months in the case of Obio Akpor and 9 months for the case of Sunday Wanosike. So the law is still there, and that's the law the governor have used to make sure that there is no vacuum in the local government.
Thank you very much. We don't have a lot of time, so I had to snap it with that. Now, let's quickly start with you and get your response. Yeah. You've said that the election by RISIEC is illegal. They want to do the election now, and everybody here is pointing towards that direction. What's your response?
Yeah, my response. I wanted to respond to some of the questions.
Go ahead, if you can do it in under 2 minutes.
Yes.
Please.
For instance, let me start with the one asked by the person before JJ that the tenure of the president cannot be extended. I want him to go and read section 64(2) sub 2, section 105 sub 2. Let him also read section 135 sub 3. You will now understand where the assembly draw their power to extend. That is what they don't know. Let him go and read those sections.
All right.
That is on that. Then as for JAJ, I have earlier stated that what the RISIEC is doing is illegal and cannot stand the test of the law. Because we have a law that has already been repealed, and then you are now reverting back. Why did this same RISIEC not follow the law earlier when the law was repealed?
Would you say better late than never? Isn't it the same? Is it not the same situation with the CTC?
No. Illegality cannot stand where legality is standing.
All right. Mr. Kelvin, quickly, we have less than 2 minutes. Your thoughts? The RISIEC has announced the date. You heard the callers.
My advice to every Rivers son and daughter, who, of course, the youth, especially because this is the government for the youths, should prepare themselves, for those who want to vie for any position of their choice via the local government election, whether the local government chairman or councillor, as the case may be in the 23 local government, should get ready, buy the form, come and contest election. And, of course, God helping you, you're going to win election, you'll be sworn into the office. Because as far as I'm concerned, the governor of the state has done well for the people of Rivers State. And, of course, we, the good people of Obio Akpor, especially Rumokoro, where I am coming from, including my brother who is here in the studio, he knows that.
All right, Mr. Kelvin.
The governor we have
Thank you very much.
Have a very
already
good,
out of time. Thank you very much, Mr. Chinedu.
Yes.
We wrap it up here now. Good morning.
Thank you.